Good morning, my lovely students. I hope all of you are safe and healthy. Let's begin today's lesson. We are still on chapter 5. Here you see ancient civilization Mesopotamia, but today we will learn about today we will cover lesson 5, that is the Assyrian, and you will find it on page 114. So quickly open up your books. So here we go. First, today in our last class we talked about the Babylonians, and today we will learn about Assyrian Empire. Here you see the Assyrian Empire. First we will talk about its name. So the Assyrian Empire derives its name from a city called Assyria or Ushur. Assyria or Ushur. So these are the name of the cities, and this empire derived the name from these cities. And it was developed on the west bank of Tigris River. And with passage of time, these cities, they turned into a strong empire in 19th century. So in 19th century, these areas, they turned into a strong empire, and that empire was known as the Assyrian Empire. Then we will learn about its location. Where was it located? So Ushur was located, basically Ushur was the name of a city, and Ushur was located where the east-west trade caravans crossed the Tigris River. So when you will open up your books, you will find a clear map on your books, and you can see the location of the Tigris River and Arabian Gulf, and everything is that the map in your book is more clear than the map I pasted here. So what happened, that they were actually located to the east-west trade caravans used to cross that area. So the Assyrians, because the caravans, they used to cross those areas, cross that rivers, so the Assyrians, they benefited from the fact that the trade moved up and down the river. So they learned from different cultures that developed in the region, and they especially learned from the Babylonian culture. So they learned a lot from the Babylonian culture, because the caravans used to cross that river. So different type of culture and different type of civilizations were crossing that river for the purpose of trade. Then we will talk about the Assyrians, that what kind of people they were. Since the Assyrians, they were located in the middle of Fertile Crescent, so many groups, they attempted to control them. But the Assyrians, they were very tough warriors, and they knew how to make iron weapons. They were very strong people. So not only did the Assyrians, they protected themselves against the invaders, rather they also able to conquer their surrounding neighbors. So because they were also very strong, that they didn't let anyone get control over them, rather they were controlling other people. They started invading other surrounding neighbors. So with passage of time, they become a strong Assyrian Empire. Then we will talk about the capital city of the Assyrian Empire. The capital city of the Assyrian Empire was Nineveh. Here you see Nineveh. It was the capital city of Assyrian Empire. And the other cities of Assyrian Empire, they were centers of commerce, government, and religion. And you should also know what is commerce. Here I divide commerce is buying, selling, exchanging, and transporting of good. Commerce is a term which means buying, selling, exchanging, and transporting of goods. So the other cities of Assyrian Empire, they were centers of commerce, government, and religion. And they also contained luxurious temples and palaces. There were so many luxurious temples and palaces in other cities. And even the streets were designed to include drainage system. Okay, so they were so developed even those times that they had drainage system. Then there is something very special about these civilization is here you see aqueducts. Here I put the definition of what is actually aqueducts. But the cities, the Assyrian cities, they also had aqueducts, and it was at that time it was like a stone channels or pipes that carried water from distant places, and each city was surrounded by walls for protection. So even in those times when technology was not very well known, the Assyrian Empire, they were so developed that they had aqueducts. Aqueduct is basically, in simple words, you can say it is a system of pipes. Nowadays, like in modern worlds, it's a system of pipes, ditches, canals, tunnels, and structures that is used to carry water from a source to a distribution point far away from a faraway distance where you have plentiful water. You use these channels and canals and tunnels to get the water. So the Assyrian cities, they used to have these aqueducts, and they were like stone channels, and so they carried water from distant places. Okay, so next we have Babylonia, the connection between Babylonia and Assyria. They both were the empires of Mesopotamia, but who ruled over whom? So here you will see that Assyrians, they were able to expand and develop an Assyrian empire. How? Because as we read that they were very tough warriors and they knew how to make iron weapons. So what they did, they bring the kingdom of Babylonian under their control. So what they did, they brought the kingdom of Babylonian under their control. So the Babylonian also changed into Assyrian Empire because they invaded Babylonia. Okay, so whatever was in Babylonia, like the cultural and scientific achievements of Babylonians, were usually preserved on a clay tablet. So when they invaded Babylonia, they also received the assets of Babylonian Empire, and one of them was clay tablets. So these tablets, they had received these tablets, and what they did, they put these tablets and they kept those tablets in the library of Assyrian capital Nineveh. So they put those tablets in the capital city of Nineveh in a library. Okay, and then the most important thing, like always, is your task for today. Your homework, your assignment is to read the chapter thoroughly again in detail, and then you have to open your workbooks. You will see page 80 and 81, and after reading your whole chapter, you have to attempt the filling the blanks and questions and answers. Whatever you will find on page 80 and 81, you have to attempt those. And please take good care of yourself, and don't go out, and wash yourself properly, and keep your area clean, and inshallah we will meet again. Take care. Bye bye.